Right guys, another Amstrad Longplay review for you today. This time it's Spannerman from Amsoft and Gem Software, released in 1984. And yes, this is yet another Amsoft game, another game that I got free of my Amstrad CPC 464. I really liked this game at the time, and I thought, well, let's see if we can actually complete it. Little jingle on the title screen here. The programmer is Chris Hunt, who also did the similar looking Roland Goes Digging, the rather well known Sultan's Maze, and Alex Higgins Snooker and Pool for Amsoft. But that's it I can find for him. Is the instructions. Your local power station has had a major failure. The nuclear reactor cooling system has been damaged during an earthquake. There have been some problems with the repairs, and you, the village plumber, have been called in to assist. The pipes containing the coolant are developing leaks from the many joints on the system. Your job is to cure the leaks using your trusty spanner and save the nearby town from certain disaster. There are, however, some dangers to be wary of before you begin your mission. Next page. The cooling water that leaks from the system has nowhere to go because the drains were all blocked during the earthquake. The water level will rise to speed which is dependent on the current leakage. You can hold your breath for a short period and go under the water to repair leaks. The rising water level also disturbs the resident colony of rats. They have lived in the reactor for some time and have mutated into giant antimatter rats. If you get too close, and it is the end of both of you. Next page. You're fortunately wearing your steel-capped boots, and these provide you with a means of defence against the rats. One kick usually puts an end to the most stubborn rat. This behaviour does not go down too well with the local Wildlife Preservation Society, boo, who are attempting to save this endangered species. Consequently, if you kill too many rats, the points allocated will decrease. One final word of warning, the leaking joints will normally require several pulls of the spanner before the leak is sealed, but over-tightening can sometimes result in a broken bolt. This leak will be almost impossible to repair. Oof. So don't kill too many rats, don't over-tighten. The control of Spannerman can be played via the keyboard or joystick plugged into the first board. More details of the operation actions are given and the choice of operating keys are given in the options. Don't forget that you are right-handed. You're allowed 3 men per game and a bonus man will be given if you cure all the leaks on the screen or score more than 20,000 points. By the way, the earthquake is not quite over yet, so watch out for falling debris. That's interesting there, it says if you can cure all the leaks on the screen. Wait and see on that one, guys, you'll see. Nice little title screen there. As you can see, there's rats moving about there. And there's the controls. And that's fine. So, what we will do here is, I'm going to show you difficulty level 5, the hardest difficulty, just as an example of how insane it is. Dead already. And basically, the game is speeded up to a ridiculous point. Lots of debris falling at you. No idea which way it's going to fall and bounce. As you can see, it can actually move really, really quickly. And there I am repairing broken pipes and leaks there with my spanner. Obviously, the higher up you go, the more danger that you could have a rock immediately fall on your head. I like how you die with your sort of ghost angel floating up to heaven or whatever there. So, that was level 5. And yeah, I don't think we'll be doing that difficulty. Just a comparison, here's level 3, and it's still really quite speedy. Yeah. Excuse me. Right, so we're going to start on difficulty level 1 and see if we can actually complete this thing. And as you can see, it's not quite as fast. Things are slowed down somewhat, and it gives you a bit more of an easier time. There's less debris, and the water level doesn't rise as quickly. Okay, so yes, we are fixing all the leaks there. We stand just to the left of the joint of the pipe, because he's right-handed. And obviously fire to use your spanner. and you can jump like so, and then fire and down will do a kick, which we can kick and kill rats with when they start appearing, which won't be long. So, really, what else to say? Well, it's a single screen affair. This is an Amstrad exclusive game. Oh, there's a rat. Ah! Oh, that was a lucky escape there. Oh, and the rocks also kill the rats, which is quite handy. I'm going to try and kick him here. Now, the kicking is really quite difficult to pull off. It's 2 out of 3 times you'll actually do the kick, and sometimes he doesn't respond. The controls for kicking are a real letdown. You might as well sort of try and avoid them and jump over the rats, otherwise you risk an easy death. Now, it's the graphics are okay. It's not exceptionally colourful, but I don't think it really needs to be. It's been done in mode 1, which is very unusual for a game from Amsoft. Pretty much every game they pumped out was done in mode 0. Because, I don't know, because all those available colours to all these frustrated programmers have been stuck with the Specky, or no offence to the Specky or whatever. Suddenly, you've got 16 colours to play around with. Also, the water level rises here. As it moves above the level, it'll kill the rat. So yes, very unusual for this being mode 1, which is 4 colours, but higher resolution. So we've got some more detailed better detailed graphics here. Now we're underwater, and we can see our air supply running down in the top left corner. So we're going to hurriedly fix these down here. And yeah, as for a strategy, you kind of want to try and get the ones at the bottom done as quickly as possible. As far as I can make out, the joints will burst twice. I may be wrong on that. I may be wrong. So the earlier you get these bottom ones done, the better, because you're going to have to come back down for them at a later time. And if the water level's already up to the top there, you will not have time to even probably get one done on the bottom. But the problem is, if you're concentrating all these little odd ones on the bottom sections and leaving the ones at the top, you're leaving all those there bursting away, and the water level's rising a lot quicker. So maybe your other strategy would be to just try and get as many of them closed off as possible. Or just kick the rat, the mutant antimatter rat. So your other strategy might be to get as many close off as possible, maybe ignoring the ones on the bottom, to stop the water level rising to give you more time later on. Now, from what I worked out on a few test runs, I think if there's at least 4 pipes burst, or 4 joints of the pipe burst, the water level is rising. It only stops rising when there's only about 3, I think. It's roughly around that number. But even if you had like 20 all burst open or whatever, I believe it still rises at the same rate. So you've got to end up with only 3 on the screen to really stop it rising. I think it's really hard to tell. Oh, that was close. And obviously when you're working on the pipes, especially on the top level there, a rock could just immediately fall on your head. It's quite unfair. I'm leaving that one. Shall we go for the bottom ones? Your air supply goes down really quickly. We've got all these to do. No music in game, sadly. Oh, the sound effects are okay. Right, I think I'm going to run out of air. But maybe I can climb up, jump, get a gas breath. Just. That was wise then to move up. So what are we going to do? Go for the bottom ones. I don't think we're going to get back. I don't think we're going to get to them in time. Because the water has already reached the top there. There was lucky bounce there on that rock. Getting very low on air now. There is, I don't think there's at all no chance to get to those bottom 3 leaks there at all now. We can try, but you can see there we got from full air supply. See where we get, when we hit the 50 mark, it will be halfway. That will be the halfway point. Look, we're on 60. 60. There you go. We've got to go now because we're at 50. So yeah, when the water level is above the top floor, there is no chance of getting to those 2 bottom right leaks. And then we've got another one just burst on the bottom there. Oh geez, this is really close. 10, 9, 8, 7. Ooh. And eventually the water gets right to the very top, and you can't get any more air. And that's it. That will be basically not exactly game over, but you lose a life, and then you have to start all over again. I don't believe that this game is completable. Yeah, the water's at the top level now, so we can't get any more air at all. We've got all them at the bottom to do. Yep, no air. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dead. So there you go. I don't think it is possible to complete this game. I'm going to give it another go. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe this is completable. I tried over and over and over practicing in different ways, strategies. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I don't think you can complete it. I think it's just like a score attack game, basically. I even went as far as looking at the code in Win8 debugger, searching for any strings that sort of hints at like well done, you've completed the game level or whatever. Any of those, any words of that sort of thing. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing, guys, that I can find. If anyone has actually managed to complete Spannerman, which I seriously doubt, because I don't think it's possible, do please let me know in the comments. Look at that. Rock just fell on your head. No chance. Whoa! So yeah, we'll give this another go. Now we've got a full set of leaks right on the top there, so maybe a strategy here would be to go up and sort all them out, and then come back down. But we know those bottom ones are just going to burst themselves again, because remember, guys, I think they burst at least twice, and then they should be fine. Now remember, actually, on the instructions on the menu screen, which you could select, it did say you get a bonus life if you manage to cure all the leaks on the screen. So it probably is possible to get a screen completely cleared of all leaks. I've never actually managed that, actually. So who knows? Maybe it is possible. But to be honest, guys, I think the leaks just continuously spring up. Maybe. I think you probably have to do it more than twice at some point. I don't think you can just sort of tighten them before they burst either. That doesn't work, as far as I can tell. So there you go. This is this is Spannerman. This is one of my this is one of my favourite games from my childhood. But I thought I just wasn't very good at it. But I still enjoyed playing it. I like the idea of the game. The execution isn't too bad, I suppose, in terms of programming. But looking back now, finding out, well, I'm declaring that this game isn't completable. So this is my long play of the game, getting as far as I can before I die. Knowing that now, I certainly don't like the game as much anymore. Certainly not. That it's really frustrating to find that after all your effort, there is no reward for it. It's just a score attack game basically, and that's fine if you want to play against a mate or whatever. But I prefer games you can actually sort of complete. So yeah, Spannerman, one of the first games I ever got of the Amstrad CPC 464. Came with a pack of games. It came with Ryland on the Ropes, Space Hawks, Galactic Plague. Oh god, Jamming. Done a long play of that recently. Oh god, what are the other ones? Xanagrams and Word Hang. I think they were the educational part of the package. Oh, and Subterranean Striker, which will probably be the next Amsoft long play I do. But I'm not going to be swayed by nostalgia on reviewing the game and giving it a score. It will have to probably be a 5.5 out of 10 from me. I think the idea is actually really cool. I think what's happened here is the guy obviously knows how to program. It's not the smoothest moving of sprites and all that kind of stuff, but it's actually fairly well executed for it is. The controls are a bit fiddly and sometimes a little unresponsive when you're trying to kick a rat, which is a shame. But the actual concept of the game is pretty good actually. It's in the grand tradition of single-screen arcade games like Donkey Kong, I suppose, Mario Bros, Burger Time, whatever. You know, any of those kind of like early 80s arcade coin-ops like that. And I think this is a really good idea. I think what's happened here is they had a good idea, got really far into it, but perhaps ran out of time to really finish it off properly. Maybe ran out of memory and space. If he could have just gone that little extra mile, Mr. Chris Hunt, I think he would have an absolutely really good, cool little game here. You know, perhaps he could have added like an exit door when you've done a certain number of bursts, maybe like a health pickup in terms of getting an air supply, perhaps like an oxygen tank appears randomly. I don't know. There could have been many ways to sort of prolong the game, and you could have a different designed levels of ladders in different places, gaps in the floor you have to jump over. So lots of things you could have done there. It would be nice if actually maybe someone did like a remake of Spannerman with like these kind of features. Who knows? But otherwise, unfortunately, with all the problems and annoyances, and the fact that you can't complete the bloody thing, it's a 5.5 out of 10 from me. To be honest, on this third life here, I think maybe I'm doing a tad better than last time. Look at that, we've pretty much cleared the bottom 2 floors. And yeah, I was getting a little bit excited here, thinking, oh, maybe I could actually get them all cleared off or something. There's just this one down here that's like completely screwed it. And then all we need is another one to go on the bottom section or the first floor, and like forget it, I'm not going to do it, because you can see where the water level is now. It's right near the top. We got time for one more there. So this on this life here is probably my best run of Spannerman. Need some oxygen ASAP. Cool. Oh, look at that. There's one at the bottom there. So, yeah, impossible. Impossible, guys. You can't complete it. And the programmer never expected you to do it. So, shame. It was a really good idea. It's kind of a bit wasted. Yeah, and we can't get any more air. So, there's another leak there at the bottom. So yeah, really disappointed by that. And we're dead. And fly off to heaven. Yeah. So I think I'll just kill myself here. And let's have a look at the high score table. And we'll end it there. Right, enter my name. There you are, I'm top there. So there you go, that was Spannerman from Amsoft in 1984, programmed by Chris Hunt. Interesting idea, needed to be expanded further, can't be completed, so 5.5 out of 10 from me. Thanks for watching, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all very soon again. And don't forget to click the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, cheers. Goodbye.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click a like below, leave a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And over that way, there's another video for you to check out. Zypho, out.